Good morning. I want to talk about T.I. T.I. wrote a long statement about how he feels despicable being associated with Kanye West and things of that nature. But T.I. opened up a trap museum, pop up trap museum, um, honoring his 15-year anniversary of trap music CD. And in the museum, he has a lot of southern rappers, Shorty Low, Migos, just to add a few. And I'm like, wow, he's celebrating the South um, participation in slinging drugs. Now, T.I. has been trying to become a politician, but he'll never get too far because he got a felony. So he tried to sound intelligent, like, one of them dudes that go to jail, get out, read a couple of books, and they intelligent. That's what he tries to sound like. And then he comes at Kanye West. And I'm like, dude, you're going to have to find a little bit more information, and you're going to have to be a little bit stronger, because Kanye West, in most of his raps, I've never heard him rap about selling drugs to his own people. Never heard him rap about that. But I have heard Jay-Z and T.I. and Jeezy and all these dudes rap about slinging drugs. But yet they're calling Kanye a sellout. T.I. is under Jay-Z somehow, and Jay-Z and Beyonce have been campaigning for Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. T.I. stuck on the Democratic plantation by way of the Clintons, and we know, if you read the Clinton Chronicles, when Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton was selling drugs, they were shipping the drugs through Atlanta, Georgia. And here you have a spokesperson for that bullshit. T.I. is a spokesperson for Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton shipping all them drugs through Atlanta and all across seas. And here he takes his money and open up a trap museum, pop-up museum. And trap music is basically about drugs, selling drugs, trapping out of the crack house, whatever. And when T.I. first came out, I did have his CD, Grand Hustle. I was young. I was 22. Didn't know no better. And everything that I was taught by my father and all my uncles that studied Malcolm X and Garvey and all them, I kind of tuned that out a little bit because I got tired of studying that over and over again. When your parents pumping something in your head so much, sometimes you got to take a break. So I tuned out all of my raising and what I was taught about Pan-Africanism, all that, tuned it out. And I was very heavy into music, and I brought the CD. And the whole CD was about selling drugs. Rubber Band Man, talk about how many stacks he got with rubber bands around him. I mean, bullshit. And he comes for Kanye, trying to get Kanye to not walk off that Democrat plantation. And they're getting scared. They're like, no, you can't leave us. You can't. You disrespecting all black people and all this. Kanye does not speak for me. And for those who think Kanye speaks for you, you have low self-esteem, because nobody speaks for you. Every man must speak for himself. The quote, closed mouth don't get fed. Everybody has to tell their own story. He doesn't speak for us. He's an example, which means you can do what he do if you want. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So the mindset that people have to think that, oh, Kanye is speaking for all black people. Who said he was? Only you're putting that out. Nobody said he had to speak for anybody. He's just a man. You know what I'm saying? This is why, I think that we worship man too much. When you think a man speaks for you, it's something wrong with you. You need to understand what individualization is. We're all individuals. We can use examples to follow, but we don't have to follow them. We have free choice. So why would you think that somebody's speaking for you? Nobody, no man can speak for nobody. Can you go to God and pray for somebody else? Yeah, you can. But it would be much better if that person came to God himself. You can pray for people all you want to, but if they don't go to God themselves and ask for forgiveness, do you think that's going to work? No. So T.I., somebody was going over the Forbes list with Kanye West. Kanye West is the 5th billionaire on the Forbes list. Jay-Z is the 1st, Kanye is the 5th. T.I. is not on that list. Not at all. So you don't have the wealth. You're not a billionaire. You don't have the the good karma that comes along with standing up. You don't have that. Because why would you stand up for the neighborhood when you've been poisoning the neighborhood? Why would you do that? And then say, oh, I'm for my people. How are you for your people and you were abusing your people through Hillary and Bill Clinton's drug trafficking? If you look at the Clinton Chronicles, it was so many people coming out against Hillary and Bill Clinton and how much money they was laundering and how much money they were getting off of selling drugs, the opium crisis, all of that. And then to see T.I. get up in the news, y'all better learn these people's background and see who they working with. This is why Bill and Hillary Clinton go to the people like Jay-Z and T.I. and them that have sold drugs, because they all know they all know that. They all know about that life. They all live in it. So he trying to come for Kanye West with a trap museum worshiping the sale of drugs to the American population. I'm going to show you a clip of his trap music museum. And he's dismissed in my book. He don't have a say so. He doesn't have any clout. He doesn't have any power to persuade. Because when you start doing something immoral, you don't have your voice doesn't have the force of a person that don't do stuff like that. And he come in front of y'all and act like he's educated. I've seen this time and time again. Dudes will go to jail, read 2 books, come out with some glasses, talking intelligent because, Malcolm X said when he went to jail, read the dictionary, so you can build your intelligence or understand the words. And he comes out and he puts on this front as if he's intelligent. But if y'all ever hear T.I. talk and you put down on paper what he's saying, it's all bullshit. It makes no sense. He can't even tell you how to bring economy to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. He can't tell you how to do that stuff. He can tell you how to sell drugs, though. He can tell you how to do that. He can tell you how to cheat on his wife and make fun of his wife and humiliate her on the public internet lines. He can tell you how to do that. And dudes will take his word over Kanye. They'll take his word over Kanye because a lot of them are still in the street life. A lot of them are still selling drugs. A lot of them are still doing this bullshit. And when you look at international law, that is what you call it. That is a form of terrorism. That is a form of terrorism. When you're selling drugs and you're doing things in the community that is bringing the value of the community down, that is basically some form of terrorism. You're not adding to the community. Because when people get on crack cocaine, if you ever see the psychology reports of people that use that stuff, they end up with emotional problems. They end up just totally messed up. Have you ever seen a person that used that stuff? When they come off of it, their mouth is twisted. They have nervous system problems. I mean, that stuff really screws people up. And yet and still, y'all allow Hustle Man to keep getting in front of a camera when he should not be in front of no camera. He's a sellout. He's an example of a real coon. Coons do what they masters tell them. Hillary and Bill Clinton. They don't go against the grain. They don't question. They just do. They go along to get along. But yet and still people say, oh, Kanye's a coon. How? When he's voicing his opinion and he's going against the grain. Coons don't go against the grain. They go along to get along. So tell me what you think about T.I.'s Trap Music Museum, Pop-Up Museum.